Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Jen O'Sullivan, and I am a board certified doctor of naturopathy. That is a person who deals with natural health. And in my practice, in my studies, actually, we did a lot of work on infrared therapy, far and near red light therapy and what that looks like and how how does it work and what it helps, like, red light versus blue light versus all the different spectrum and why you might want to utilize red and blue, being as they're like opposite of the spectrum, but also understanding, how certain light, like your blue light, can activate, help skin conditions like acne and stuff. The red light will help get a little deeper, can help with inflammation. Infrared light specifically also can get much deeper and help with a lot of things. So specifically mitochondria. So what I would suggest is that you just listen to this quick presentation because I'm going to share something with you that is far easier than using a mask or a booth or I don't know, a wand. I mean, there's all sorts of things. People sit under lamps and stuff, and you have to sit there and everything's plugged in. So what I'm going to do is share my screen here and just give you a little bit of information on infrared light therapy using patches. So just to remind you that this is a presentation, I always say this at the beginning, it's for educational purposes only. So I'm not trying to diagnose or treat or do anything for anybody here. So I am a senior presidential director with LifeWave, and I'm going to share my quick just testimony, and I know there's a spelling error in here, and I did fix it. I just haven't updated the slides for this presentation, but that's okay. So if you can pick out the spelling error, maybe I'll send you a prize. Okay, so basically, I just had no inflammation within the first 24 hours, and that was mind-blowing to me. That was what kind of got me sold on these. I thought, well, I'll just try them. Like, no, these aren't going to work. This is stupid, right? It's a sticker. And I thought, well, I'll just try. My friend told me about them, and she swears by them. So, but it was mind-blowing within the first 24 hours for me. You can see from my testimony that it's really interesting. A lot of things happened over the first 12 months. Now I would say the last year, I've been 2 years on, it's just been really regular and even. So my face and skin, that was also shocking to me to see that they were so much smoother, and that even the décolletage here was really interesting to me. I'm 51 years old. So then another shocking moment was my gluten allergy was healed, which was just wild. So everyone's responses are different, and we'll get into that. But this patch actually helps produce younger, healthier cells. And this is the general cell deterioration process. We have so many great healing cells that can go anywhere in your body when we're 20. As we age, they rapidly decline and they go dormant. So the interesting thing about this patch is actually scientifically proven to wake up those dormant cells. And it's actually going to then trigger the production of healthier younger cells. So we have to understand that there are so many people on this planet trying to get into the field of regenerative science. But I want you to understand that there's nobody in the world who has even come close to doing what this patch does in the field of regenerative science. And it's an important distinction to make because there's a lot of patches on the market. None of them do this. They're all blockers. They block symptoms. This actually heals you. Very different. And this has been proven. There's studies. You can go to patchedu.com and look at some of the studies on there and link through to the actual clinical trials. But this is red light therapy. And what it's doing is it's working in a way that it's like a continuous low light infrared therapy. And that's like the same way that the sun will hit your skin. That's not infrared therapy, but it's phototherapy. The sun hits your skin, and your skin, that specific sunlight, the specific wavelengths and the specific frequency, if you will, of sunlight triggers your body and signals it to make vitamin D. So the X39, these little tiny nanocrystals made out of amino acids and salts have been woven into a little lattice pattern on the patch that is reflecting back your own infrared light. Like, in thermal scans and, like night vision goggles, you can see your light. And that heat is reflecting back onto the dermis of your skin that is now signaling your body to combine 4 very important elements in your body. So you should already have these in your body, and some people don't, but you need glycine, histidine, lysine, and copper. Those four elements combine to create a beautiful peptide, and that peptide is what is creating these healthier, younger cells. It will increase stamina and strength, performance, recovery, movement, mobility. I mean, people get their lives back. It's fascinating. And just know that vitality happens in the beginning because of your mitochondria. Your mitochondria are the energy centers of your cells. They are very important to a lot of functions in your body. And when the mitochondria are asleep, not much is happening. When you can wake these suckers up, all sorts of life-producing things start to happen. You get this vitality and clarity, strength. You start healing, you start feeling healthy. It's a very important distinction to make. Your brain starts to balance. You know, people who are dealing with foggy brains, this is wild. This is very powerful stuff. You're going to wear this behind your neck or below your navel. You're going to apply it to clean, dry skin on the, on the back of your neck or below your navel in the morning. It's better to use this during the day than at night because you can stay hydrated during the day. You're going to wear this for up to 12 hours and then you're going to throw it away and you're going to repeat the next day with a brand new patch. I want you to drink plenty of clean, pure water. And I encourage you to consume foods high in potassium and magnesium with some sodium and or just use a quality electrolyte. The other thing, like I said, is check your amino acids. If you're a vegan, you may need to take an amino acid supplement. You need glycine, histidine, and lysine. Those are three of the very most important amino acids for this patch. Each patch works on a different amino acid set. This one is glycine, histidine, and lysine. Very important. But you also need copper. So maybe get yourself some dark chocolate. If you're not doing oxalates, you can get yourself some copper supplements or something. Like you can use a nano copper. There's all sorts of things. But like I said, everyone's different. You're going to respond differently. So I want you to fill out the health tracker. You're going to take note of specific issues. You can go to patchedu.com and download it for free. But basically remember that these patches are going to go to work where you need it most, where your body needs it most. So whatever's critical in your body. So like if you have some heart issue, but you want your skin to look pretty, it's going to work on your heart first. Okay, that's how this works. Healing cells go to where your body is most critical, not the little like surface things. Like it's not going to make your hair grow back pretty colors. Okay, it does for some people, and that's usually an indication when their gray hair starts growing back in a normal color. That's an indication that they're pretty healthy on the inside at this point. So it's pretty fun to watch. And so you just see everybody has different responses because everyone's at a different level of health. And I don't know what you've done to your body. I don't know what genes are mutated in your body, right? This works on a gene level. So some people are like, well, I'm healthy and my genes are jacked. Yeah, that happens. Guess what? This helps reset your genes. It's amazing. So I encourage you to commit. For my people, I want them to commit to 12 months. It's really, to me, laughable when somebody comes to me and says, I'll give it a month try. I'm like, well, then I don't really want to work with you. That's the reality. You need to commit to your health. And when you're going to work with a practitioner or anybody, you're going to work on your health, you need to commit. Like, we're January 15th right now. How many of you have totally bailed on your New Year's resolutions? It's because you're lazy. I mean, I'm just telling the truth because honestly, we're all lazy. The reality is you need accountability. And if you could commit to a year, 12 months, that's what you want to do. So really, realistically, you should be joining at the advanced level. That's only going to give you 6 months of X39. I don't usually start people on just X39 because if you have a lot of stress and inflammation, let me tell you something, you can't just use X39. You have to get the adrenals under control. You have to get the stress and inflammation under control. Healthy, healing cells eat inflammation first. So you won't have any miraculous things happen in your body if all it's doing is going after inflammation. So we pair it with the Y-Age Eon patch, and that's it. So your 6 sleeves will actually turn into 4 sleeves of X39 and 4 sleeves of Eon. It's great. You're actually getting more sleeves, more bang for your buck. We customize the order for you. So for $535, you're going to get 4 months worth of product, and you're going to commit to those 4 months, and then you're going to upgrade to premium. Okay, and that's important. Or you're going to come in at premium because the premium said I can actually get you a year's worth of patches. I know you're saying, like, well, doesn't that look like almost 2 years? No, because remember, we're going to get you on some other patches because we're going to look at your whole system. We have 10 patches. X39 is the hero. That is the patch you're all going to use every single day without fail. But then there are other support patches that just work on different things while the X39 is helping you heal. So you're going to go to patchedu.com just to learn more and figure out kind of like what you want to do. But here's the thing. The reality is a lot of you are on here and you're already using the patches. Great. I'm going to say shame on you if you haven't invited somebody to use the patches because this is life changing. And had I not think this through, all of you who are on here right now who didn't who found this because of me, what if I decided, I don't want to tell people about this. I'm just going to use it in my home and my closet. I'm not going to share it. I'm going to be in the closet on this one. I don't know that you would have found out about it because I'm a pretty loud voice on the internet. Maybe you would have, but maybe you weren't. You would have naysayed it, because I got a lot of people that know, like, and trust me. And if I say you do something, you do it. And they are like, okay, right? That is just because I've built up trust. But some of you, maybe you're on here and you're like, I don't know you. I was invited from somebody else on this, and I'm watching this weird lady talk about this stuff. Yeah, I'm 51 years old. I got a lot of degrees. I've got a lot of investment into health and wellness. This has changed my entire world and it has changed my entire clientele's world in such positive ways. And if you have any positive response on this at all, you should be like selling it. You should be, because there is an opportunity attached to this. So if you'll give me just a couple more minutes, I'm going to actually share my screen again. You can go to Patch.edu and learn more about the opportunity, but I'm going to share real quickly the business. Remember, this is a unique, patented, and proven product. Nothing else like it on the planet. We've been in business for 20 years, over 20 years now. We're over 70 countries. We have a 3,000% growth rate. It's massive. We are the fastest growing direct sales company in the world. And I want you to understand something about our company is that we're not like a weird, icky MLM